on that Ryan Rosilio interview, he said something. You said publicly traded companies are obscenely good at raising prices. And it made me laugh out loud, but really just the joke was on me as I heard you unpack it as to why you needed to be invested in these large publicly traded companies. Could you walk my listeners through that framework?
Well, I think the big thing to understand is that we've moved from an economy where people pay for transactions to an economy where people pay subscriptions. And what ends up happening is that when you're not forced to pull out your credit card or pull out cash or go somewhere, and there's just like money changing hands behind the scenes, you can very easily lull yourself into a situation where it's just like you're just like automatically serving as the source of some other company reporting revenue. Like you are that revenue just by waking up that day. And I don't suggest anything's wrong with that. And we're in a business where we're billing quarterly on fees. But like that's just the nature of the economy. And then the next piece of that is, well, if I'm already billing you and you like what you're getting, I could probably bill you a little bit more, and you're probably not going to cancel. And you know, some of that is transaction, some of that is subscription. So Chipotle and Netflix, they both bill differently. There's no Chipotle Plus service that I'm aware of. I think you actually have to pay for the burrito when you show up. But like if they go from $9 to $11 over the course of 3 years, you probably are not changing how much of the burrito you're consuming. Now, part of it is they have to because they have to pay their staff. But then part of it is like they want to be able to tell Wall Street, hey, we're growing same store sales by 6%. Oh, didn't you just raise the price by 6%? Shut up! Don't worry about that. So this is the economy now, and it is what it is. And, you know, one of the reasons why the S&P 500 is such an amazing inflation hedge and has proven to be over the fullness of time, over the last 5 years. You wouldn't have said this in 2022, obviously, but over the last 5 years, has the S&P 500 hedged out your inflation risk? I think yes. I think maybe better than any other asset class. Maybe yep. Bitcoin. Like I don't know that anything. I think Bitcoin's like 600% return since 2019 or something. But I don't think gold has done as well as the S&P. I don't think REITs have done as well as the S&P. So like people are searching like, what do I do about inflation? It's right in front of your face. The top 500 companies in America are awesome at getting you to pay more money almost every year, right? So that's kind of like the way that I try to get people to understand, like why are you investing? Oh, make more money. Yeah, actually, how about to make sure that the money you already made can actually buy you something, you know, at some point in the future? Like, isn't that even more elemental reason to stay invested?
Yep, absolutely. And I just love the line. They're obscenely good at raising prices because it's true. Yeah, they've demonstrated
the best in the world.
Yep.
Yeah. This is one other thing. Like people are like, oh, the economy's so bad. Why are these stocks going up? It's a bubble. No, idiot. These are the best 500 companies on earth. It's 500 Michael Jordans. It's not a reflection of the economy. It's two separate things. They're related. They're cousins. The economy's terrible. Why would I invest? Because you're not buying the economy. You're buying shares in the 500 best companies on planet Earth. What's wrong with you? Sometimes you have to kind of drill that into people. They don't want to. It's not that they don't want to understand it. It's that they have this outlook on the economy, and some of it is anecdotes, and some of it is personal experience. And their brother-in-law got laid off, and the price of eggs, and it's. Dude, no one's saying buy a share in the American economy. This is not that. This is Apple. Do you understand? You see, so when I say these companies are obscenely good at raising price, they're obscenely good at almost everything. Do you know how good you have to be one of the largest 3 capitalized businesses in any particular sector? Right?
Yep.
That's why I don't think that people's assessment of how they feel about the economy should enter into whether or not they invest. And it also works the other way. Don't look at the stock market and think that that's a reflection of economics, right? Again, these are the most talented managers, the best companies, the best products and services. It's not a mood ring for GDP.